struggling, bro. Brandon got stuff. We gotta help her, bro. Bitch, that thing is turned around. Oh, man, you thought you was turned around. You ain't gonna turn shit off, nigga. On Brandon. On Brandon, you gonna turn shit off, nigga. You gonna turn shit off, nigga. No, Brandon,
Yet another perfect example of why guns are so important for self-defense and why every single American should own one. Just want to take a quick second to thank USCCA for sponsoring today's video. So as you're going to see in today's video, you never know when you're going to be in a situation where you have to use your gun. That's why having a USCCA membership is extremely important to me. USCCA is a membership that is used by hundreds of thousands of gun owners that provides excellent training, a critical response team if you're in a self-defense situation, and also enrolls you into a $2 million liability policy. Now, I'm an elite member, so they sent me out an awesome package. But depending on which membership you sign up with, they have a cleaning kit and a free range bag that they're currently giving out. So if you own a gun, there's going to be a link below the video for USCCA. Go sign up today. How many of you have been in a fight? I've trained in jiu-jitsu for a while, so I've done a lot of fake fights, but I personally can count on two hands how many fights that I've been in because it usually doesn't get there, right? Maybe someone starts talking crap, mouthing off, starts disrespecting your girl at a bar, whatever it may be. Two people fight, it's done, no big deal. And we have something here in Texas called mutual combat, which means that if two people want to fight, there has to obviously be some sort of verification on both parties wanting to fight, whether it's through video or whatever. We can literally fight each other here. Now, one of the things that I don't agree with is a man ever hitting or fighting a woman. Yes, they can push our buttons at times. Yes, they can cross a boundary to where if it was a man doing it, you would punch him in the face. But at the end of the day, it would be like you punching your dog in the face. I'm not comparing women to dogs, but what I'm saying is to a full-grown man, someone like me, compared to a woman, you're helpless if you do not have some sort of weapon. That is why I'm such a big advocate of women owning guns and being trained with them. Yeah, I know it's fun to go to the store and get the pink gun and have the matching pink holster, but it should be no different than a man training and a woman training. You can do all the same stuff, you can have all the same training, and it's equal or even more important than a man being trained with a gun because y'all are simply more vulnerable than us. That being said, today is a great example of a woman being attacked by a man. Now, I'm not sure why a man would ever want to do this. In my opinion, if a woman pushes you to that point, you just leave. You just have to remove yourself from the situation. I don't know if that's the case in this situation. I think the guy is just simply trying to rob her. But we're gonna break this down because it's really interesting. And the reaction that we've got from some of these social justice warriors on this, it's so dumb. But I think this woman just gets fed up of maybe talking to this guy. So she starts walking off and this dude grabs her. So this woman's wrestling around with this guy and she gives him a verbal warning saying, "I will kill you."
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Now, obviously, during a fight, a lot of words can be said, a lot of threats can be given. Whether or not you take them seriously is your prerogative. This guy didn't. He said, "You're not going to kill me." And then this woman literally says, "Watch this," and shoots him.
I'm sorry. You got. Okay.
I mean, she's literally narrating to this guy what she's gonna do. And then she says, "I told you I was gonna do that." Shoots him again.
You shot me for real.
So she shot 3 times. And this dude was still hanging on to her stuff. Finally, he says, okay, I'm done. Yeah, man, it's a little bit late for that. I just want to add in a side note. This is a very good example of don't judge a book by its cover. I can tell you, living in Texas, if you aren't ready to go to war with someone literally, it's better to just not bring it up, not flip off a guy, not mouth off to someone. Because literally everyone here has guns, and you may catch them on a bad day. And it's gonna escalate from a road rage or something little to, I don't know, someone being shot or you landing in prison. So just because somebody may look vulnerable doesn't mean they are, especially in states where there are a ton of guns. So then she starts yelling at people to call the police. And then she says, this guy tried to rob me.
Call police, I just found somebody. Dumbass. Just told you I'd shoot your ass. Tried to rob me.
Now, depending on the state you're in, that may not be enough to use deadly force. I know it sounds weird. Looking at this, it does sound weird, especially if they see a gun on you and they can reach it, then it's you or them, right? But a lot of states have these super woke laws or super woke way of looking at stuff. And we got people out there who consider themselves social justice warriors, who are really confused why this woman had to use a gun in this situation. So there's this LGBTQ editor, and let me read his bio real quick. He is gay, atheist, bi, trans, ally, proud SJW, and a pianist. Look, I'm not labeling you. I think you've labeled yourself here. I'm just reading what you have on your Twitter profile, okay? Punishment for armed robbery is not death. Of course, I don't think he should have a gun either. But if she had let him rob her, even at gunpoint, both likely would have survived. So right off the bat, let me ask you this. How do you know that the robber wasn't going to shoot her at some point to get her stuff? Do you know that? Can you verify that? Because that's what's going to matter in court if she gets charged for something. But this is a good part. If she had let him rob her, oh, that's a great mindset. Why don't you just put a sign on the front of your house? Hey, everyone, you can rob me. What would be the point of working for anything at that point other than just the self-worth you gain? All your stuff's going to be stolen. This is the other part that's kind of goofy. Of course, I don't think he should have a gun either. So you don't believe in guns. Great. All right, cool. So let's imagine a world where there are absolutely no guns. Do you think criminals' minds change? Do you think just because they have an illegal gun or a gun in general, that's what causes them to think the way they think? I can only rob someone if I have a gun. Do you think the gun like whispers in their ear, oh, let's go rob someone today? So in an imaginary world, and yes, it's imaginary because getting rid of every single gun in the United States or the world will never happen. But let's say guns didn't exist and this same situation happened. What about a knife? What about a stick? What about brass knuckles? What about these? Guns are irrelevant in terms of crime. People are going to do it anyways. They, however, are not irrelevant in terms of self-defense.